Hello, welcome to day 19 of the INTENSIFY podcast series. And today I want to talk about how to maintain consistency, the part 2. Yesterday we talked about this same topic, and I emphasized that there are three main C's to maintaining consistency, which is conviction, custom, and constancy. And we looked at conviction and custom yesterday. Today I want to talk about constancy. And by constancy, I mean perseverance. Staying, that staying power to go the extra mile daily until you see results. Just pushing, keep pushing efforts. Just keep doing it and not giving up till you see results. That constancy. I love what Charles Spurgeon once said. He said, by consistency, even the snail entered Noah's ark. By consistency, even the snail entered Noah's ark. We need to be consistent because you may be going very slow. You may even be written off. You may be like a snail that people think that you will not just make it, you are too slow. But once you are consistent, you will get to your destination. I always say this: never give up until you have made your last effort or your last attempt that will make all your past efforts to add up. Never give up until you have made that move that will make all your past efforts to add up. Let me just quickly share 3 stories for you about consistency in the Bible that I love so much. The first is one unjust judge and widow that Jesus Christ shared in the book of Luke chapter 18 from verse 1 to 5. It talks about the story of how men ought to pray and not to give up. And he said there was a certain judge that did not fear God and did not regard any man. And a widow came to him repeatedly saying, "Give me justice regarding dispute with my enemies." And the judge ignored this widow for several times, and finally he said, "I don't fear God, I don't care about people." But in verse 5 in that Luke 8, he says, "But this woman is driving me crazy. I'm going to see that she gets justice because she is wearing me out with her constant requests." She's wearing me out with her constant request. Even this is a man that says, "I don't fear God, I don't regard men, but I'm tired of this woman. She's driving me crazy." And that's what you see in life. He says, "Our constant requests made me to just decide to accept what she was asking for." There is something about constancy that opens even the most difficult of doors. Even the door of the heart of a man that says, "I don't fear God." Constancy opens that heart to consider that case. There is something about being constant that there is practically no door that will not be opened unto you. Elisha and King Joash, the story in 2 Kings chapter 13 from verse 18 to 19, when Elisha told the King Joash, he said, he should pick up the arrow and strike it against the ground 3 times. He should strike it against the ground. He said, pick up the arrow and strike it against the ground. And when the king picked up the arrow, he struck it against the ground 3 times. And verse 9 says that the man of God was angry because he said, "You should have struck that arrow about 5 to 6 times, and then you would have beaten Aram until his entire army and household were destroyed." Now, what happened is that he struck just 3 times, and that 3 times gave him temporary victory. If he had struck up to 6 times, he would have had a permanent victory. There's another story between Elisha and Naaman. Elisha and Naaman in the book of 2 Kings chapter 5 from verse 9 to 14. There was a man called Naaman that had leprosy, and he was a top military man. And this man had gone to several places to look for healing, but couldn't get any. Then one day his servants and his messengers told him that there is a man that we know that if you go and meet this man he will be able to cure you. And when he went to Elisha, Elisha told him to go to the Jordan River and go and dip himself inside 7 times, and he will be fine. Now, initially the man was reluctant to go. He said, look at me, general. Say I should go and dip myself in Jordan River. And the servants asked him, the guy has not told you to do anything that is very difficult. What is there to go to the river? Please, can you just go and dip yourself? Now, the point I'm driving at is that when this army leader went and dipped himself, the Bible says that at the 7th time, his skin became healthy like the skin of the young child. Now, if he had just done it for 3 times or 5 times and gave up, that would be it. But because he persevered till the 7th time as instructed by the man of God, he was able to get results. Now, this is what we need to do. Persevere. Persevere till that 7th time, in quotes, where you will get results. Just like when we started this series, I mentioned that at 90 degrees, water does not boil. But just put 10 more degrees, or even at 99 degrees, water does not boil. But 1 additional degree, water starts boiling. Even nature, everything teaches us that we should just persevere. Just put that effort. Just put that effort. Look at everything in life that is great. Requires you to just keep on putting that effort. Sometimes it's going to be painful. It will not make sense because you'll be doing the same thing, and it's like there's no result. And when you are doing the same thing, sometimes you wonder, am I sure I'm making progress? When the chicken is sitting on the egg, it's the same thing. Just sitting. Same thing, just sitting. In ministry, many times, if you're in ministry, it takes about 10 to 20 years to have a major breakthrough. And if you have 10 to 20 years, you may be having just a quiet walk. But some people, after 2 years, after 5 years, after 7 years, we are tired, we cannot see progress. Dr. Mensa Otabil once shared the story. He said that he was in ministry for several years and there was no really visible sign, no major progress. And he said suddenly, doors started opening. People were calling him from different places to come and speak. And everybody was talking about his message, how he preaches. And he was wondering, I've always preached like this. This is what I've been doing for several years. I have not changed my style of preaching. What happened? That is consistency. There is something you will do one more time. One more time. And you will wonder, but I've been doing the same thing all the time. But this one more time will make all the time past efforts to really count. It will make them to count. It's the same thing, the chicken that is just sitting on the egg. It's been sitting. It's the same sitting. The same thing with boiling water. It's the same eat. But 1 additional degree makes a big difference. Even in business, for you to have a major breakthrough after starting, you need about 5 to 10 years to see major breakthrough. Some people, after 2 years, 3 years, no breakthrough, they go and start something else. I recall when I started the cybersecurity business in Deloitte, we did everything and we could not see results. I remember once going to a bank and begging them that, okay, can I just do this thing for free for you? Let me assess your security for free so that you will know that I have the competency. They said no. Oh my God, that was so painful. But we just kept at it. We kept at it. Today, those banks, they sincerely, and I say this with all modesty, they are literally asking us to please come and do this as well, and they are paying us in millions. There is one effort that you will make that will culminate all your past efforts. Even in career breakthrough, it takes about 7 to 15 years to have a major breakthrough. Nowadays, people want to be stars and they want to have it very quickly. No, it's good to be fast, but sometimes it takes time. It takes time. People who are stars in their career are people who have been showing up and upgrading themselves for decades. It is said that the average American millionaire is 61. And that was as of 2022. The average American millionaire is 61. Today, people are giving up at 35. They're giving up at 40. They're giving up at 45. They're giving up at 50. You must stay, for the vision is for an appointed time. You need to focus on growth. You may take it one area or the other, before another. Take one area and stay until you see results. Celebrate your success. Then move to another area. Once you are convinced you're on the right road, never give up until you make that last attempt that will make all your past attempts to count. Never give up. It's like when you're trying to use an hammer to break a wall. You'll be hitting it, and everything will look outside the same on the outside. But one more strike will culminate all your past effort. I know sometimes it might be discouraging when you're not seeing visible progress, but don't ever forget the word favors consistency. This word favors consistency. The only time when you should not be consistent is when you're on the wrong road. Once you're on the wrong road and you discover it, turn back. Otherwise, I would say keep pushing. Your success is very close. Your victory is near you. Just keep pushing and make sure you give that last attempt that will give good meaning to all your past attempts. And I believe that very soon you will share your success stories with me. And if this is your first time of joining us, please don't forget to subscribe. And I want to thank you all for sharing these messages. This thing is traveling far and wide. People are, we are getting new people who are being changed and transformed. And so please make sure you share this message again today to many more people and some other people that you've not been sharing with before, so that we can transform as many lives as possible. Have a great evening.